In Wednesday's edition of 2020 Daily Trail Markers, we take a look at Texas Southern University in Houston, the school playing host to Thursday's Democratic presidential primary debate. TSU is one of over 100 historically black colleges and universities in the country. CBS News 2020 campaign reporter Bo Erickson asked some students how they're feeling about the candidates.
2, 3, up. Some Democratic presidential candidates are calling their third debate the playoffs, but the season is just kicking off here at Texas Southern University. The school's 220-member marching band, called the Ocean of Soul, rallies crowds at big games. It's celebrating its 50th year. Students in the band are majoring in everything from English to political science. This week, the spotlight on campus is shifting from the football field to the large field of Democratic candidates. Band members say they are taking this opportunity to see politics in person. And what issues are important to you?
Two of the most important issues right now is student loan debt and also gun safety and gun violence within our community. This is not just in Houston, Texas. This is nationally.
As an English education major, I'm very concerned about the future of our youth and the future of our education systems.
I'm just looking for someone to help the college students. Like, we're out here struggling, trying to get degrees and trying to be productive citizens, and it's kind of hard knowing you have that strain on you already before you even get your degree.
Some have already chosen their favorite candidate.
Some of my favorite candidates are one of the more popular ones, which is Ms. Kamala Harris, Mr. Cory Booker, Joe Biden, of course. I'm paying attention to Bernie Sanders.
Well, Ms. Harris, like she said before, is more for education, and I'm definitely in school right now trying to finish student loans and stuff like that.
I like Joe Biden because he cares a lot about the HBCUs and the community where a lot of people don't focus on.
Yes, I'm paying attention more so for Bernie Sanders. I've been rooting for him ever since he's been in the election.
While others are still making up their minds.
It's a lot of candidates, really. It's really a lot that's going over my head right now.
I personally don't have a favorite yet, but I'm sure I will pick one for sure after this debate.
Courting young, diverse students like the ones here could propel a candidate toward the top of the pack.
And we only have
CBS News polling shows young people are more likely to attend nearby campaign events and persuade friends and family about their preferred candidate.
I think it's very important to connect with our students because there's a certain demographic in terms of being millennials, that in particular African Americans, they are not often polled. And certainly it's a good opportunity and a practical learning experience to be able to meet with the candidates and also participate and have this debate on our campus.
As Democratic candidates march on through the primary season and students here continue to tune into the race, one thing is certain: the band will play on.
And Bo joins me now from the campus at Texas Southern University in Houston. Bo, thanks so much for joining us. You and fellow campaign reporter Jack Turman have been speaking with students at TSU about how the location of this debate, which is happening at a historically black college, may actually impact the conversation that we'll hear on stage on Thursday. What have students been saying about that?
Well, that's right, Elaine. This campus is steeped in history. Actually, 4 years before that Brown v. Board decision, there was a Supreme Court case that dealt with the law school here on campus. There was a man, a black man named Mr. Sweat, and he was not allowed into a different Texas University law school. So they actually made a law school here. That law school still stands today, and it is named after a man that you know. It's named Thurgood Marshall School of Law. There's another famous alumni here as well, and her name was Barbara Jordan. She also has a school named after her, and she was the first black congresswoman in the U.S. Congress. So students are very proud of this legacy, and they take time to talk about that.
Yeah, proud of their legacy as they should be. You spoke to some of the students about their impressions of President Trump. Let's go ahead and listen to some of what they had to say.
How do you think President Trump is doing?
I think President Trump is doing his job the best way he can.
How do you think President Trump is doing?
I feel that he wasn't ready for the position he's in. He was just a businessman who just tried something new.
And how's he doing?
So far, according to me, he's not doing so well.
How do you think how President Trump is doing?
I think he could be doing better, but there's room for improvement and there's time for improvement.
How do you think President Trump is doing?
Horrible. I feel like he can definitely improve, though. He's a very smart man. I just feel like some of his decisions and the way he take things are very childlike and not president-like. So I feel like the way he come about things, he can become, more professional in a more professional way. Like, this isn't his show. What was that show?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice, yes. Like, you're fired. Like, I feel like I think he feel like he's still on a reality show when in fact he's actually affecting a lot of people in the world, including me.
It's so interesting, Bo, because it's not just what they said, it's also sort of the looks on their faces that are pretty revealing. But, it was interesting to hear the one young woman say that there's room for improvement.
Yes, and when we have this kind of larger conversation in the media, maybe that Texas maybe is a purple state, maybe this goes counter to that because students here, at least not writing President Trump off yet, we were told that there are some Republicans in the band. We didn't find any, but a lot of people said they were moderates, and they're still kind of deciding if they want to vote Democrat. And they are giving President Trump the benefit of the doubt, many of them. Some people called the job that he is doing horrible, but others said he is a smart man and he has time to win them back over with before next year's election.
Interesting. And I'm just curious, Bo, then, there have been so many sort of racially sensitive issues that have popped up. Did they mention any of that at all?
They did talk about the importance of candidates addressing issues that these students care about, but it's issues that all students throughout the country care about. But one specific issue is how they talk about the price of college. And they say that one of the important aspects of HBCUs is that it gives opportunities to students who may not be able to afford education at other schools. And so if candidates are not talking about that either on stage or out on the campaign trail, I think just through my conversation with students, they should start because they could gain some supporters.
Really good stuff. Bo Erickson there in Texas for us. Bo, thank you.
Thank you.